What is going on, guys? It is Gospel Gamer here. We are back on Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and it's time to resume the class trial.
You waiting? Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Dun dun dun. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Yep.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Yep.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Yep.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever, we still think you're the killer, remember?
Yep.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
So who's the killer then?
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
How did you come across it?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Except
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very
I have no idea who this could be.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing I can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since the Yon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay. So we got Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Well, no. Actually, Chihiro. Celeste saw Chihiro.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever!
Go,
Just
Celeste.
hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Exercise.
Track jacket and a duffel bag.
Bacon.
But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Why is he in a hurry?
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and
Quite
I
possibly.
had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Possibly.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with
I mean,
is
Mondo could it?
right? So it
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
Maybe Mondo?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really
Mondo?
think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe,
True.
but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think
Right.
there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow I always thought it's really hard to believe. Fuck words again. That's my argument.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yeah.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
How would you know
No,
that?
it's wrong.
a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
How would he know that?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And
Damn.
before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure you saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Okay.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then
Okay.
the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Oh my god.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hand.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Okay, so she's trying to hide it in her bag.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yep.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true
Okay.
intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
How so?
Why?
That's a good question.
Fuck knows.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
This is
You
true.
only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one.
Okay.
Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over
you
me,
did.
judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
I like
what
you,
gives
Mondo.
you the right to
It's a
treat me
nice
like a
thing.
goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us
Okay.
with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
By the way,
yeah,
person that
that
weird,
reminds
cool
me.
voice.
Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez,
Okay.
does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Okay. It fell on the ground, then it must belong to... Well, it wouldn't be any of ours. We all have
You know
ours, don't we?
Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
I put on auto for
Then
now
it
because
must
it's all
hold some
voiced.
clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're
Okay.
totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Right.
This one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
That is true.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I don't know. Exploiting a bug. Well, no, you can't hack it, or it's got to be that one.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
I love we haven't got a single thing wrong yet. It's been pretty good.
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know
Yep.
what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece
Yep.
of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just
Yep.
tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
True.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then
Nope.
allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
Wait, is Mondo's
I
actually...
knew it.
What if Mondo and what's-his-face, their handbook broke in the sauna?
laying
Yes.
on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Oh dear.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
Yeah.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
Perhaps they have their own broken handbook.
Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you
Yeah,
mean
by having their sauna
accident?
competition.
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Yep.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Had to be the one who wore all their clothes in the sauna. It was... Where's Mondo? There you go, Mondo. It's you.
Mondo. Your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Because he
Mondo
did
and
it.
Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago. And
Yep,
for
there
the
we go.
contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
You're wrong, he would.
Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Did I? Oh, he switched his handbook for Leon's.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Yep.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
But damn it, I reckon that's what I need to hit.
Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay, so we've got...
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if and that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Fuck! Fuck!
See? Look! Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he said you broke your own. In other words, if that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
There we go. Hit it.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
Mondo,
Break.
you have right now. Is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's obviously
The broken
Leon's.
handbook
Gotta be.
was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
Yep.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Yep.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
Yep,
But
gotta
doesn't
be.
that
Gotta
violate
be.
the school regulation that says loaning
No,
out
it's
your
borrowing,
handbook is
not loaning.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
True.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well,
Okay.
Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on. Tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
No.
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Nope.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, is this one of these? Okay. It's one of these closing arguments. Okay, so she noticed her with the duffel bag. Is this one? Okay. So I would have to use that. Hi, yawn, how's he kill her with the dumbbell? Guess that? Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong way around. He's working out with it. Then... oh, okay, so... hit. Okay, so blood obviously got on the wall. We then dropped the dumbbell. Realised he killed her. Rolled up the carpet. Rolls up the carpet, takes down the poster, picks up Chihiro, then goes into the girls' locker room, uses her pass to get in. And what's he doing? First. Okay. he enters. He's all walking with the extension cord, hangs her up. What does he do? Oh, so there's bloodlust there. So he's obviously written bloodlust there. Then what? Door, I guess. Hang on. Let's try that.
First, let's
I think
take a
that's
look
right.
back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Which was the blue fucking tracksuit.
That something was a blue tracksuit.
So stuffs it in, says bye.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
If she was a guy.
Simple.
Okay.
Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Yep.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
And then smacked her on the head.
and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
She's dead.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer
Okay.
hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
Which meant
but
they
this
used
alone
hers.
doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Yep.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Crime scene switch. And then he comes in.
That could have been
Fucks
the
it
end
all
of
up.
things. But Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Indeed.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Yep. So I've got
He
right
used
so
the
far.
cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Don't know why though.
And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
So I got it right all the way through. Great. Still can't believe it's Mondo though. I like
Right,
Mondo.
Mondo Arata.
Wait. No. This can't be right.
It is right.
Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that really revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element? Well, yeah, I guess. That's all about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse, left mouse, left bound, however you want to destroy the opponent's weapon of assault. This only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make sure that's possible use of your time. And of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So if prepared something called nega time, your own opponent can use. If your opponent activates nega time during the battle, your tempo maker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if you're okay, cool. Let's go then.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False.
Come on then.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False.
As I use my time at the same time, I'm assuming mine will counteract his.
Listen. False. You're corrupt.
Okay.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
Boom. Break.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
He's admitted it. Oh no. Should be done then. Hang on, fucking A's all the way through. An A rank. Sweet. 84. Yeah.
Bro, what are you saying?
He's saying that he killed your hero.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I mean, it's obvious who it was.
What's it gonna be?
I mean, oh, do I still have to fucking do it, or will it automatically do it? Bum bum bum.
What?
Oh, we got it right again. Yes, it is so. The banking that your hero Fujisaki was Mondo Awada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to danger zone, Mr. Ishimura. You need to take more careful. Be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way you could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit Control T to fast forward the text. Do I fast forward it? Once a young boy, his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extremely inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. He was so weak, even though I can't be able to read it in his voice. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember. He couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he'd tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take the fragile form of a petite young girl, he had chosen that his way out, well, fucking words. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him. I couldn't read the words as they were meant to be read, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun, here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, the world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet,
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when somebody says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yeah, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Such a hero probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo, say that fucking 5 times quick when drunk, was a very simple and strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it would help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. Fuck up, why have I done the high bitch voice? This isn't the high voice. His voice? That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
how does man with a body keep a secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? That's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while you're on the subject, why didn't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Mondo, the old biker elite gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble, but the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo even got to ride on a motorcycle, and I can't word. Mondo's brother was his own family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust and respect. He wanted to measure up his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for you, Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make our gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why... I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on that night at his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Okay, so he didn't actually technically kill him. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Oh, I don't know why I said that Monokuma's voice. Oh well. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, hey kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you've got to keep the gang together. Because it's a team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise he had made his brother. He could never admit that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result... the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, and at that point it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on this secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked on to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, all it would have been for nothing. So that's why I Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled with kind of fuzzy and uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm lying to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
Okay, you said it anyway. I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife... Oh, his words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of me. Fun of you, sorry. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Why are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you. Stronger than Daya. Okay. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring it down at him, down on the ground. Hey. I killed him. I killed Chihiro. And after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that lived in his heart, and in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. Just like that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free from his regrets to the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. Shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say as many times as I want. That is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
You kid me.
That's why I promise you, right? The blackened that deserves a piece will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Now then,
I've
prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Here it goes. Here we go. Bye, Mondo. Okay, let's see what his is. Oh, hello. Monokuma's got his hair. Okay. Cage of Death. What else happens? Oh shit, it's electrified. Oh, okay, fucking hell. Oh fuck, he's like disintegrated, Jesus. Oh my god. A bit weird. Okay. Love and death in your soul, forever be at peace. Oh, I can't put it. So I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. If you want to see more of this, and do subscribe to the channel as I upload every day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.